Well, get all the kids around your mobile device, your computer screen, whichever the case may be. It's time for another version of Litter Media Live. With the icon, Mike Smith, I'm Dan Ramey.
This would be kind of like the modern version of the Waltons, where they're all gathered around the radio to
remember those old days?
listen to the fireside chats and all that stuff.
And some of you might even be watching on your smart TV, the big screen smart TVs that they have. You know, last week we were up in Pickaway County and visiting with the Chamber of Commerce. And while we were given a tour of the business facility there, I can't remember the name of it. It's at the Ohio Christian University. But there's a big business center they have there. And we're walking around. That's where they have their esports and everything. And they've got these humongous screens.
Oh, yeah.
That you and I'd love to see something like that in my house.
Or behind us.
Or behind us, yeah.
Come on, Matt.
But it was those words came from that
Pony
mouth right
up.
there. But the screens that they had were just fantastic, and they were where you can do the telecommunications back and forth. Big, I can't remember what they're called, conferencing type screens.
Right. Yeah.
And they were really cool and probably really expensive too.
We probably ought to do a feature on that incubator for small business development. There's
Yeah.
actually some small business in there, which is a natural for students
Correct.
to learn how to start up a small business.
And as we were given the tour, we were learning that there are spaces available for rent that you can rent there. So
Very affordable, she said, too.
crazy affordable.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, was the actual
maybe
terminology.
a Litter Media
Satellite office.
satellite office, Circleville. Matt? I'm calling on the big guy today.
And I just I'm picturing him thinking things through and all and coming up with a way to pay for it.
Yeah.
So Mike might be on the street selling some things to make that happen. Hi.
Hello.
We've got a daily program that we have here every weekday, Monday through Friday, in which we update you on news topics of discussion from our part of the world. And we have those that we'll jump into in just a moment, along with sports and this date in history. And I've got something special for Mike today. You know, we always wrap up with a radio bit.
Yeah.
I've got a radio bit, this date in history for you.
All right.
So that's coming up. But first, let's take a look at what the weather's doing for us here across the Scioto Valley.
Yeah. It's supposed to get up to about 54 for a high, but not until late afternoon. But it's probably not going to feel that warm because it's going to be windy all afternoon. Now, we think that most of the rain is beyond us. That's good news. Things can start drying out with the wind. Warming up, though, over the next few days. Partly sunny, 61 tomorrow, which probably is going to be yard mowing day tomorrow. Friday and through the weekend, they're talking about 67 on Friday, 70s for the weekend, and maybe the next best chance for rain on Sunday of this weekend.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Yes, sir. In the 70s, not just 70, like mid to upper 70s.
I can handle that.
Yeah.
Been waiting for that to become a normal thing. It seems like not that winter holds on, but it's just too darn cold.
Yeah.
It needs to warm up a little bit so we can feel the warmer.
Just think we were doing rooftop remotes this time of year
We were much younger back then.
in this kind of weather. Yeah.
Yes, our bodies could take it. Now our bodies are much older, and we cannot take it.
It's like my body says, "Are you kidding me? What are you asking of me here?"
Exactly. All right, coming up, a look at what's happening with news and information. We've got that for you standing by. We'll also get you caught up to date on what's happening with sports. Scioto Valley Dumpsters. Mike, I met another truck
one.
This morning. I'm coming through downtown Chillicothe, making our chicanery through all the cones they have for the setting up for their putting in all the gas lines and everything. And what's coming towards me? A delivery of a Scioto Valley dumpster. 740-253-8389. I'm spotting them everywhere now. All I know is advertising must work.
I'm just waiting for them to start putting our signatures on there. Dan and Mike sent you.
Forget the signature. Let's put our faces on these
Hey,
things.
that's even better.
You think Carl will do that?
He might.
He might, and that might be scary. You want to find out more, give them a call, 740-253-8389 for Scioto Valley Dumpsters. Up next, news.
This is Big Chillicothe. Horizon's 100% fiber internet service is coming to your area. Call 740-772-8331 or visit horizonconnects.com/Chillicothe to sign up today.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Now that's one fast mower. Take command of your lawn with Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower.
You should have talked to that guy we saw at lunch the other day.
That's the guy.
That's the guy.
That's the guy
So
I
I
was just
thought.
telling you. Yes, sir.
Mike's electrical issues continue.
Yeah.
So,
Help me. Help me.
he needs you need a light? Is that what it is?
Maybe I need Pickaway Ross students to come down and use my house as a guinea pig or whatever. They used to do that. I don't know if they still do that or not.
You'll have to give them a call.
Okay.
Or go to pickawayross.com to find out more details. Let's take a look at what's making news for us across the Scioto Valley. And yesterday was a primary day for some of our counties here in Ohio.
Yeah, 5 of our area counties had primary election yesterday. Pickaway, Highland, and Jackson had ballot and candidate issues, where Fairfield and Hocking had only issues. Now, in Pickaway County, Michelle Blanton won the Republican primary race for mayor. In Fairfield County, Lancaster City replacement tax for roads and bridges passed. In Highland County, incumbent Justin Harshaw won the Republican primary for Hillsborough mayor. Fluor BWXT Portsmouth's Ashley Jordan recently received one of Fluor's highest awards for taking life-saving actions to help a stranger. She is the first woman at the Portsmouth site to earn the prestigious Silver Medallion Award. 5 minutes after finishing work at an off-site event last January, Jordan realized she had to run home before returning to the office. It was then that she noticed a serious car crash on the road ahead. She immediately shifted her EMT training into high gear, pulled over, and stabilized the victim until emergency response teams could arrive. In the meantime, Jordan updated the victim's parents by phone from the accident scene. I think you call that a hero.
That is a hero. She's a good gal. I've known her for quite a few years now.
Congratulations, Ashley, on that very deserving award. Randy Houser will perform Saturday, September 2nd at the first ever Ross County Music Fest. Houser racked up 3 consecutive #1 hits with his Stony Creek Records album, How Country Feels. He topped the charts with the title track Runnin' Out of Moonlight and Goodnight Kiss, and earned critical acclaim for the powerful delivery of the top 5 smash and CMA Song of the Year nominated, Like a Cowboy.
And there he is there with How Country Feels.
Uh-huh.
And this comes on the heels of the introduction of Parker McCollum, also will be there.
Parker will be there on the 3rd, and Randy will be there on the 2nd. I have a feeling there's going to be other announcements to come. They've been dropping these at like 5 or 6 a.m. on the day they choose at the Ross County Fairgrounds and Events page. A new name and logo for the organization that promotes the city of Portsmouth and Scioto County. From this point forward, they will be known as Scioto County Visitors Bureau to encompass the identity serves more than just Portsmouth. While they understand that Portsmouth is the central hub of their brand, they know that the outlying community should also be a part of their promotion identity.
And for those who don't know, how often have we tried to tell people it's Scioto? And they always say, what's this Scioto thing? Here's one more marketable thing to say, here's how it's said.
Yeah. Now, on the new logo, which is also, I think they're going to hashtag that as well, Explore Scioto. You can see a little kayaker, but you notice the bicycle rider.
I do see the bicycle rider. I see the trees. And is that a snake or is that just more water?
I think that's probably more water. The snakes might keep visitors out. I don't know.
Now, here in Ross County, the Ross Chillicothe Convention and Visitors Bureau has a campaign right now for a wayfinding project. And this wayfinding project is going to be more signage to help you find your way around town. And here's a look at some of the signs that they have proposed. They're waiting on the city to come up with some money. Ross County commissioners are on board with this, and the Convention and Visitors Bureau, their folks all in on these nice new signs. This is very important for getting this information out now so they can be in place when the World Heritage designation is proclaimed later this year.
Yeah.
September, I guess they're meeting in Saudi Arabia to vote on the decision about Chillicothe and this area being involved with the World Heritage Center. Now, I want you to, this is my favorite sign of all. This is the bike path that goes across High Street. Doesn't that look fantastic?
That does. It stands out, that's for sure.
It does. It
and
does.
Dan will be going to Saudi Arabia to cover that event.
Now, I will not. However, it's my understanding that there are two representatives from Chillicothe who will be making that trip to Saudi Arabia. And in my conversation with Melody Young earlier last week, I said, keep us informed on this because we want to follow along as best we can. Now, we'll not be making the traveling, but that doesn't mean we can't stay in contact with them.
She'll be making a call to you at probably 3 a.m. our time.
And I hope it's a happy call.
To make the announcement.
You betcha.
Also in news, the Pickaway ESC, that's Education Service Center, is hosting 2 parenting workshops in the month of May. Parents, grandparents, caregivers may contact the ESC to register for sessions on May 16th, as you see there, and that's called Dealing with Disobedience.
Yes.
And you really need to get into that.
Yeah.
Or maybe your wife needs to attend. And the other one on the 23rd is Coping with Stress.
So you've got the stress issue because of the disobedience.
Yeah, the disobedience.
And so I can see where these go hand in hand.
Yeah. We recently promoted a similar workshop that they were having here in neighboring Pike County, but this is up in Pickaway County. Anyone who has an Ohio Basic Peace Officer certification with 2 years of full-time or equivalent Ohio law enforcement experience may now apply to the Ohio State Highway Patrol as a lateral cadet with the intent of becoming a state trooper.
We missed a segue here. Speaking of dealing with disobedience.
Yes, really. Yeah. Not the troopers, hopefully.
Yes.
Applications for the new lateral class will be accepted throughout the month of May, and the new cadet class is expected to begin training in September. And that link is on our website, story@littermedia.com. Spring Speaker Series, which we've been telling you about, our buddy Gary Argabright. And that's tonight, 7:30.
Correct.
At?
The Ross County Historical Society's Heritage Museum.
Gotcha. And part of what Gary's talking about is something we had him visiting with us some months back, which I think you can still find on our Facebook page.
Yes, rediscovering Chillicothe's forgotten prehistoric mounds. And Saturday, it's time for the Hope Clinic's annual Kentucky Derby party. This will take place at the Chillicothe Country Club. Doors open at 4:30. I'll be your MC for the night. The auctioneer this year is Mike Haller. It is worth showing up just for that.
Why don't you just call it what it is, a comedy show. He's a funny guy.
He is a funny guy, and we will have a good time. There's no question. But the key here is to raise money for the Hope Clinic, which provides free health care for folks who are underinsured You can see an interview that I did with 3 of the ladies who are involved with the Hope Clinic on our YouTube channel, as well as here on our video page here on Facebook.
Very good.
Sports on the way in just a moment. You know what today is?
Wednesday.
It is Wednesday. That's where we implore that you go to McDonald's, not only for lunch at this time, dinner later this evening, breakfast if you missed it this morning, you can get tomorrow morning.
What about a snack?
You can get a snack there as well, including the strawberry and cream pie.
We drove through and got a soda last night.
Did you really?
We did.
That's all you got?
In Pickaway County.
Just a soda?
Well,
You've got chocolate chip cookies are available there.
Yeah.
All from the McCafe Bakery. But more importantly, stop in between 2 and 5 today. If you're looking for work, they are looking for new additions to the McCrew.
2 to 5 every Wednesday.
Yes.
At all the area McDonald's.
I don't think they call them McCrew. That's just a name I gave them. But if you want to, they are looking for crew workers at McDonald's. And if you're management material, they're looking for you too. They pay up to $15 an hour. And that's for just being a crew worker.
How about that?
Up to $20 an hour for management positions. So get more details when you stop in at McDonald's.
I'm loving it.
Coming up, we'll get you caught up to date on sports next. For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
You haven't had vodka soda like this. No one has. Made with the world's smoothest vodka plus real juice. New White Claw Vodka Soda.
It is time for sports. What are you chuckling about?
Well, we got to make full disclosure. We cannot finish the show by saying no wildlife was hurt during the. I just killed an ad. I'm sorry.
It was Herbie.
Yeah.
Herbie was right here just a while ago, and then Herbie's not anymore.
Well, we were telling you about the possum eating insects. I didn't have one on hand, so I had to take care of it.
So Mike is now Mike Opossum
Smith, yeah. Sports. Adena girls and Unioto boys won team championships at the Ross County Track and Field meet last night. As we told you, the longest continuous running high school track meet in the state of Ohio. Now, the girls' title came down to the last race of the night, the 4x400 relay. Adena went into the final event with a 4-point lead over Unioto, but the Lady Shermans won the race, but Adena finished second. So the Lady Warriors outdistanced Unioto by only 2 points, 165 to 163. Sounds like an NBA basketball score.
It is so cool because you've sat there through the entire meet, and it comes down to the last event, and then you just can't wait. And those who have done the math, they can figure out who does what, and you see who's celebrating, and then you may have lost the race, but you won the meet because you finished second.
Yes, sir.
It's crazy.
Oh, yeah. St. Trace girls finished third. Boys championship went to the Shermans, racking up 126 points, just 4 better than Zane Trace. Huntington, at 100, came in third. Zane Trace senior Daniel Barnhart, the SVC Football Offensive Player of the Year this past fall, has committed to Ohio Northern University to play college football. And he'll also be majoring in engineering.
What a hard-nosed kid. I mean, he ran through the SVC with authority this year.
Yeah, he's and was an outstanding defensive player out of that linebacker slot as well.
Yeah, that was the crazy thing. He was asked to carry the ball, pound, and then, okay, go in and tackle.
So congratulations to Daniel and his family on making that announcement.
Polar bears, is that what they are?
That's correct.
Okay.
Boy, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Chillicothe boys volleyball, a winner over Dayton Chaminade Julienne last night. And they will open up tournament play against Patriot Prep at Chillicothe, and that will be on May the 10th. As we told you yesterday, it's the first year ever that the OHSAA is recognizing boys volleyball as a state tournament, and only 2 teams in our area, that being Chillicothe and Westfall.
And they have participated in postseason up to this point. It's just now it's recognized by the OHSAA.
That is correct.
Tournament. And if you want tickets to see this, you have to go through the OHSAA website.
Mrs. Perry, by the way, providing this picture.
Yes.
No relation to Buzz, is it?
Frankie is Buzz's wife.
Well, congratulations to everybody there, and good luck in the tournament. Well, a lot of college football fans have been begging, screaming, crying for this for years.
Alabama was crying last year.
Oh, yeah. we knew it was coming, but they finally came out with the format. The first season will be 24 and 25, and there you have it. The first round games will be higher seed host. Mm-hmm. Now, keep in mind, this is like in early December.
This is what it should be, doggone it.
Yeah.
This should be Florida coming to Ohio State,
love to see
or seeing Alabama go to Michigan and play an SEC team playing in cold weather.
Absolutely.
That's what it needs to be.
Absolutely.
They'll probably find domes somewhere.
Yeah, but it'll be 4 rounds, as you can see. I think on the Friday night, it's 1 game, and then there's like 3 games on the Saturday, and it flips to different locations for the 25-26 season. But all of that, I think we shared that on our Twitter site last night on Litter Twitter. You want to get a look at both seasons.
December 20th and 21st, that's the first bunch of them there. So, yeah.
So this coming season is the last year for what has been known as the top 4 teams. This will be actually 12 teams getting in. And a lot of people, again, have been waiting for this for a long time.
So, again, 12 will play 1, 11 plays 2.
But
like
they were talking at first about some of the top seeds getting a bye, but I don't see that equation there. So I really don't know how that's – they don't talk much about that. But, yeah, so that starts not this coming season, but the year after. The Redlegs snapped a 2-game losing streak last night in 10 innings in San Diego, 2-1.
Jonathan India with the game-winning RBI.
And they'll wrap up that series in San Diego this afternoon. I think it's a 4:10 start time. The Guardians lose to the Yankees 4-2. That wrap-up in Yankee Stadium is tonight in the Bronx.
So that they've both won a game.
So the rubber games tonight.
Much like with the Reds and the Padres.
I was up late, but I didn't watch all of the Lakers game with, help me, Golden State. I couldn't watch LeBron crying anymore, so I had to turn it off. So
I haven't watched the NBA. When the Cavaliers got bounced, that was it for me.
Yeah. I'd like to see I've been a long-time Boston Celtics fan, but when Cleveland was making their championship run, I was happy for the Cavs. But since they're out, I'm pulling for the men in green.
Yeah, so I've not truly paid much attention to the NBA since 2016.
Yeah.
I followed it a little bit just to know, but I think maybe this year I sat down and watched one complete game because there was absolutely nothing on TV.
Right.
And Missy was going to bed, and I'm like, it's me and the Cavaliers.
When talking about nothing on TV.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, that's the way it is when there's quote unquote something on TV. But if you've not been following the news, there's a writer's strike. Maybe something good can come out of this. Maybe they'll get some good writers because some of the shows, especially some of the late night shows, the writing is really suffered. So have what you will. We don't have any writers for the show. We just make it up as we go.
Which is what a lot of people enjoy during our radio program. Things that were unprepared.
This is what they always said about the Marx Brothers when they were making a movie. They'd never stick to the script.
Yeah.
There were many a director that walked off the set because they just were doing their own thing. So
which
that's kind of the way we're doing it.
Which of the Marx Brothers would you be?
Groucho.
You'd be Groucho.
I love Groucho Marx. He was so...
I would probably be Harpo because I should keep my mouth shut and just honk the horn.
Or Chico. Or Gummo, he was the straight guy. He was the straight guy, but he was only in like 3 or 4 of their movies.
Which
I'm sorry,
people don't
Gummo
remember.
was in 1. Zeppo was the one that was the straight guy. And Groucho said Zeppo was probably the funniest of all of them.
Is that right?
But he always played the straight guy.
Was he the guy you put in the cigarette lighters? Or is that Zippo?
That was Zippo. Yeah. Zeppo, I wonder what his real name was, but he married Barbara, who later became Frank Sinatra's wife. So Barbara left Zeppo because he was the straight guy. She ended up with Frank. Yeah.
Can you tell Mike spends most of his time watching, if not Andy Griffith, on the what's the show, the network, the TV Land? It's Turner Classic Movies.
Yeah.
And so Mike lived during the black and white era.
Yeah, I didn't know that there was actually color in the 1940s till I saw some of these World War II in color series.
I saw The Wizard of Oz, and I'm like, wait a second. What's
wait a minute,
wrong?
that can't be. Dorothy,
Those are red ruby shoes.
Yeah, which I have seen in person.
Have you touched them?
Actually, to be honest, I saw 2 different pair. One in the Smithsonian Institute and the other one at Disney World. I think there were 16 different pairs. I know that might destroy some of your fantasy about the Wizard of Oz, but they had 16
that's
pairs.
like there was more than one Lassie.
Yeah.
There had to be.
There was?
I'm sorry, Mike. Spoiler.
Just as long as there's not more than one Dynamite. There can't be another duo like that out there.
I've almost forgotten where we are. This Day in History is coming up in just a moment. Plus, we have a special radio moment. This date in history coming up for you, too, in just a bit. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. They are some of the folks who give money to this program to make sure that we have these hijinks on the air. And so thank you to Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. If you want to know more about their services, where they will come out and fix and what they'll fix, just click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com. It takes you right to their website to learn more.
Budweiser beer, the king is second to...
Who drinks Budweiser? You know the type. The people who grind. Those who don't back down. And the ones who don't quit. They say all people are 6 degrees of separation away from each other. But some are just a 6-pack away. The people who share the same spirit, share the same beer. This Bud's for you.
At Rathkamp Financial, we provide wealth management services that may ease clients' fears of financial loss and help them retire comfortably. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
This is Big Chillicothe. Horizon's 100% fiber internet service is coming to your area. Call 740-772-8331 or visit horizonconnects.com/Chillicothe to sign up today.
Well, we've informed you on a lot of things, but this is where you learn some. with Mr. History, the icon, Mike Smith.
I failed him.
And this date in history.
1952, a ski-modified U.S. Air Force 47, piloted by Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Fletcher of Oklahoma and Lieutenant Colonel William Benedict of California, become the first aircraft to land on the North Pole. Now, I'm just giving you full disclosure. This is not the picture, because obviously there was no one on the ground to take the picture of the. This is just the North
the first
Pole
landing
and planes landing, right?
And I didn't realize until now that I see it on the screen. Someone showing their backside on this picture too.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. Yeah, Fletcher climbed out of the plane and walked to the exact geographic North Pole, probably the first in history to do so on this date in 1952.
We're going to take you back 10 years ago. And 10 years ago, it was the 85th FFA Ohio Convention. And there's Austin Whipple from Westfall receiving the Star Farmer Award. And I want to say that's Jay Whipple's son, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have some other kids from the area that were there, including Audrey Hoey in this picture. Yeah. She is now Audrey Glass. Yeah. And also receiving awards, it was the honorary degree.
How about that?
For Dan and Mike. Now,
you have hair in that picture.
I have hair in that picture. This was 10 years ago. There I am on the big screen as well, having accepted this award for Dan and Mike. And then the Zane Trace FFA kids all got together. And, you know, we mentioned about Audrey. Her husband is the guy standing there with, you see the gold chain around his, that's David Glass right there. And you see Jennifer, she's back. She's hiding back in the corner behind the hair.
Jennifer looks just like she did 10 years ago.
It's amazing, isn't it? And so we had all of these pictures taken by Jim Day, by the way. He rode with me to the Ohio State Fairgrounds.
You heard there was a free meal.
He did get to eat for free, yes. And Mike could not be there that night. I think it was because you just didn't want to go there. The next morning was our golf outing.
Yeah.
And I had the opportunity to present on air to Mike Smith his honorary state FFA degree.
And
have you used it since?
What time of the year was this?
This was it's 10 years ago today.
Okay, because I remember one year at the golf outing, it was later for some reason, because I had to leave the golf outing to go to North Carolina, to the beach.
Yeah, that would have been, I think, the one we had to move to June, because I don't know if we didn't have enough people signed up for it or what the case was. Might have been they didn't have the availability at the JCs to play it as well. We had that golf outing for 7 years?
At least.
7 or 8, thereabouts. Yeah. But you missed the one because, the one that you missed, I think you had the back issue, didn't you? You weren't able to.
That back issue has never gone away. I think it's from carrying Tom Beard all my professional life. He always says that about me, but yeah, I can't remember. I think it was something like that.
We had one event where Globe Furniture provided some lazy boys for us to sit in.
Is that the year
at the green?
Hit me with a hockey stick and the cup? Somebody was taking the picture?
No, that was another time. We had this golf outing we used to have. We really didn't have much to do with putting it on.
We just had fun.
We went, we had the early morning broadcast, and it turned into one of these fundraising events. Of course, the monies would go to the JCs for their children's charity stuff that they do.
Special Santa.
But we gave a lot of the nonprofit organizations airtime to come in during our broadcast and really sell their program, talk about what they do and everything. This is kind of like what's going to happen with the Caring People thing that's going to take place on Thursday with the project, Paper City Mentoring Project and the Big Brothers, Big Sisters. But we were doing it with golf. And we really have to thank, Todd Ramsey and Josh Cook.
Oh, Josh put a lot
They were
of
the
work in
ones that really made the design, organized everything, and came up with ideas on the golf holes.
Yeah.
There was a time where we would tee off, and they had to play our ball. And I found that willow tree, I don't know how many times.
You remember the year we got to tee off with a throwing the ball up and hitting it with a baseball bat?
That was the one you weren't at.
I thought I was there.
No, you just heard about that.
Huh. I swore I was there.
I was on that hole or the tee by myself, and I recall at some point in time, now we had 36 teams, I think it was that year, and 33 of them used the ball that I hit instead of their tee shot. So you had an option. You could go ahead and shoot a tee shot, or I could throw the ball up and hit it with a ball bat. And then others wanted to come in and say, hey, can we do that too? So sure, for $5, go ahead. It's a fundraising event, right? So I think that year we might have raised $13,000.
Yeah. What was the year that Chief Keener brought his helicopter out and dropped the balls?
Did the golf ball drop?
Yeah.
They're on the 18th green, I think it was.
That was bizarre.
That was. And there were other things like you had to
sing.
Yes.
Todd's wife,
right? Chris Ramsey.
Put that together.
Had you pick up instruments because she was working with Pioneer Center at the time, and she was the musical therapist for Pioneer Center. And so she had the foursomes come up, and they would have to sing a song and play the instruments. A lot of the instruments were percussion types, but that was a lot of fun. Dustin Egan sang with us in that one particular song. I can't remember the song it was that was sung.
It wasn't probably very good, but
no, but it was entertaining for us.
A lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. So those are the good old days of some of the stuff we used to do to help raise money for our community.
Yeah, and that's it. That's all, folks.
That is it for now. We're back again for you tomorrow. I've got a special edition that we'll be recording this afternoon. We'll release that probably tomorrow, if not on Friday. And then we'll have another special edition tomorrow afternoon with the Chillicothe High School performers in their spring play, which is the Addams Family.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Lurch.
So we'll see some activity there. I wonder who's playing Morticia. I haven't seen who's playing who.
Gomez and all the gang.
Haven't seen that lineup.
Uncle Fester.
Or who all's showing up either. Yeah, so that should be a lot of fun. So that'll be tomorrow afternoon. We'll have that for you about 4 o'clock. So just keep following us. Watch what we do on Facebook, our YouTube channel, and Twitter for the sports updates throughout the evening hours. And, of course, littermedia.com for news and information. So until tomorrow morning, is that our next our next daily show? For the icon Mike Smith, I'm Dan Ramey. Thanks for watching Litter Media Live.